For entry-level cinematography, very few options are available in the market. Canon and Sony are two makers that focus on the budget segment. Canon EOS C70 and Sony FX30 are their best entry-level cinema cameras, but they are very different from each other in terms of price and features. Today, we're going to discuss which one offers the best perks, Canon or Sony, and which one you should choose if you're an aspiring filmmaker. In cinema making, there's a myth that the body does not matter, it's the lens, film, and development. But a good body does make your shooting experience easier and smoother. Canon EOS C70 is designed more like a DSLR and mirrorless camera. It's the first camera to adopt the RF mount, which is widely used by the premium EOS R family of mirrorless cameras. This gives indie filmmakers the option to use the finest optics that Canon has ever produced. The body weighs around 1.2 kilograms. This compact body can be mounted on a handheld gimbal, so shooting in remote areas is easier with it. On the other hand, the Sony FX30 shares almost the same body as Sony FX3, so all cages and accessories that are made for FX3 can be used in the FX30 as well. You can use many gimbals and tripods to mount the camera that can be mounted in the FX3, so using this small form factor won't be an issue. The body is also dust and moisture resistant. With fewer mounting holes and 6 custom buttons, FX30 seats below the FX3 comfortably. The body weighs only 562 grams, so it's as compact as any other modern mirrorless camera. As we can see, Canon C70 can provide more robust performance due to its body form, and Sony FX30 can be used in many scenarios where portability is your main concern. Overall, both cameras are very compact and easy to use accordingly. Canon EOS C70 features a Super 35 dual gain output sensor capable of shooting 4K at a whopping 120 fps. The footage is very impressive, XF AVC 4x2x2 10-bit in 4K. However, its real strength is in slow-mo, which can crop to 16mm and record at 180 fps. Its DGO lets you take stunning clips even at higher ISO, and thus giving you the freedom to shoot in extremely low light situations. C70 can't shoot raw footage, but with DCI 4K 60 fps and high-speed UHD 4K 120 fps, you won't feel any lagging. In comparison, Sony FX30 packs a Super 35 camera that delivers 4K 4x2x2 10-bit downscaling from 6K. It's a 26.1 APS-C sensor that's the first to feature in any Sony camera. It has enough speed to capture still photos without a focal plane shutter, but not far enough to work with strobes compared to the FX3. The camera is not capable of capturing 6K video, though it shoots in 6K and then downsamples the footage in 4K at 120 fps. All in all, Canon C70 can shoot more detailed and clear cinematic videos because of the powerful sensor it has, whereas Sony FX30 is catered towards more basic cinematography and still can produce sharp and detailed videos when you know how to use the camera. When it comes to color science, Canon is way ahead of other well-known brands. C70 is no other exception. It has many color profiles like Canon Log 2, Log 3, and HLG that provides much more vivid and cinematic colors in your footage. Its built-in mechanical ND filter with up to 10 stops of neutral density further improves the video quality. The C70 is also ideal for multi-cam environments as it comes with a BNC connector for timecode. 2 XLR inputs, on the other hand, will provide you with more professional audio recording options. But Canon C70 features old technology in the card slot. Dual SD card slots that support LUT/long GOP might feel a bit slower. Upon release, Canon C70 led the competition with its dual pixel autofocus for cinema cameras. Enhanced 5-axis image stabilization with coordinated control can provide you with smoothed out handheld shots. If you look into Sony FX30, Sony is not far behind the color sounds department. It has S-Cinetone, the same color sound that Sony put into their high-end cinema camera like Venice 2. FX30 also comes with Cine EL, Cine FL, and Quick Lock to give you more freedom in post-production. Sony is famous for its autofocus system, and in FX30, you'll find a robust autofocus system that covers 90% of the frame with over 495 points. It can track real-time human eye, animal, and bird detection. It also comes with a 5-axis sensor shifting image stabilization to give you a buttery smooth footage. With dual CF Express card slots, you can transfer footages and files with a breeze. So if we take a look at the features, Canon C70 packs more features that can be useful to cinema making. But it's already a 2-year-old camera, so many options you may find a bit outdated. In this aspect, Sony shines, as it features the latest technology that Sony is providing in other flagship cameras. In terms of cinema cameras, video capability is the main priority for any filmmaker. After that, you may look for a more feature-packed camera that will allow you to experiment more with your shooting. It's the first step towards filmmaking. Sony positioned FX30 as a jumping-off button for filmmakers who see the advantages of cinema cameras but perhaps lack the skills necessary to lead the higher-end camcorders. In contrast, Canon EOS C70 is for anyone that's primarily shooting video and wants to capture better video. If you're ready to take the next step, then Canon C70 can provide you with a more cinematic experience. When you're buying a new camera, you may consider the release date and price tag. Both these cameras pack different segments of perks, and you can find the use case for both. C70 is also a Netflix-approved camera, whereas FX30 does not have that certification. So this is also a thing to keep in mind. You can buy a Sony FX30 for $1,798. On the other hand, you have to pay more than $5,000 for the C70. So, what are your thoughts? Which one would you go for? Let us know in the comment section down below.